This story is 200 years old today. That's 19 centuries, where we are shown a village called Pennsylvania. However, there is happiness of every kind in this village. But no one is leaving the village. There are many walls around this village. At the same time, there is a watchtower from where someone always stands guard. In fact, this village is located in the middle of the forest. That is why the people of this village do not have any contact with any other village or town. The people who live inside this village live only here. They never go out. There's no money here. Everyone respects each other. Anyone can get married here. But there is a rule of marriage that if anyone likes someone, he never holds his hand until he is married. Now the senior people, big people, old people who live here are called elders. The son of one of those elders dies due to illness. In fact, there is no good medical facility in this village. Therefore, it is impossible to cure any disease. The next morning it is shown that everyone is sitting and eating together. And then strange noises start coming from the forest. Everyone is stunned on hearing this. But there is a boy here whose mental condition is not good. It's called Nova. He starts laughing, but no one bothers him. No one makes fun of him because everyone in this village loves each other very much. Be supportive of one another. Now the next morning it is shown that the dead body of an animal is found here. After which all the elders of this village hold a meeting in which they are discussing who would have killed the animal. Just then a young boy from this village whose name is Lucius comes there and requests all the elders that I want to go out of this village so that I can bring the medical facility here. There must be many such villages around us. One of our friends died due to illness. If we had medical facilities, we could have saved him. But his request is completely rejected, and the reason is that all the devils living in the forest around this village, they used to come and attack the village first. But the elders made an agreement with them. According to the agreement, no one will ever leave this village. And the elders don't want to break that agreement. If they do so, the devil will come to the village and attack these people once again. Satan has made an agreement with him only by the elders here. They've seen it. But the new generation gets their voices from the forest. They also often get a lot of marks. That's why he knows that devils live around the forest. But Lucius is not afraid of those devils. That is why he wants to go to the forest, but he is not allowed to do so. A girl named Ivy lives in this village. I cannot see. Actually, he is blind, but his senses are very fast. She goes to Lucius with Nova and tells Lucius that I know why you don't hold my hand because you love me, and it's true that Lucius loves Ivy. Lucius also has Nova who has a bad brain condition. Lucius sees that Nova has a red fruit in her hand that is only found in the forest. Red color is never brought inside this village. Whether it is a red cloth, a red flower, or a fruit. Whenever the red color is seen, it is buried, and now Lucius understands that Nova went inside the forest and the devils did nothing to him. That's why once again he goes to the elders and tells them that Nova has a red fruit in his hand which is found only inside the forest. It means he went to the forest, and because of his innocence, the devils did not do anything to him, and I am also not afraid of the devils. That is why I want to go to another village, another town, and bring the medical facility here. Allow me to do that. But once again the elders refuse him, and the only thing going on in Lucius' mind is that he should somehow go out of this village and bring the medical facility to the village. He walks out of the village boundary the next morning and sees a shadow in front of him, which is the shadow of the devil. He comes back inside the boundary, and that very night the watchman on the watchtower sees a shadow under his watchtower, which is the shadow of a devil. Seeing this, he gets completely scared and starts playing loudly the bull that is there. The villagers get scared on hearing the sound of the bull. In fact, all the houses in the village have a basement under them, and whenever they feel threatened, they go and hide in those basements. But Ivy is still out there waiting for Lucius. Lucius then arrives and takes her to the basement. After which they hear the sound of devils throughout the night, and the next morning when they come out of their basement, they see that there is a mark of red color outside every door. Seeing this, they realize that the covenant with the demons has now been broken. This is a warning to all. After this, a meeting of the entire village will be held, where all the elders are worried about how this can happen. Lucius confesses his crime. Then he says that I went out of the boundary of the village and I saw a devil there. That is why Satan came into our village last night. Everyone knows that Lucius' intentions are good for the village. That is why he is forgiven and instructed that after today, he will never leave the boundary of the village. Ivy's sister is married. The entire village is happy about it. After the wedding, when everyone goes back to their homes, they see that someone has hung dead animals outside their homes. Everyone is terrified once again. Everyone is afraid that the devil will come even today. So Lucius once again goes to Ivy's house. They sit together and decide that they will get married soon. The next morning, when Nova comes to know that he is not in a good state of mind, he gets very angry because since childhood he likes IB. That's why he wants to change. He wounds Lucius with a knife. The condition of Lucius is very bad and the chances of his survival are very low as there are no medical facilities in this village. Nova is locked in the quiet room. This is the room where anyone can be locked up as a punishment. Nova is often locked up here because he keeps doing some or the other wrong thing. Ivy is heartbroken when she learns that Nova injured Lucius with a knife. Also, his father Edward, who is one of the elders of the village, he tells his daughter that even when your eyesight was gone, I could not do anything, and now I want to go to the forest. But Edward's wife refuses to let him go. We have made a promise, and we cannot break it. And now AI also decides that she will cross that forest and go to another town and bring the medical facility here. His father Edward also supports him and gives him permission to go against all the adders in the village. But before she leaves on her journey, they take her to a special intelligence room and reveal many secrets that have never been told to anyone before, and now 2 more boys from the village are sent with Ivy. Both of them are very scared in their journey, but Ivy is completely fearless. There was no fear on his face or in his heart. In fact, when his father Edward took him to a secret room, he told him the secret of this village. There is no devil here, he said. Actually, all the devils seen in the village are the people of the elders who go to the forests wearing costumes like devils. They make trouble so that no one can ever go out of this village. And now the IB knows this to be true, so there is no fear in his mind. The 2 boys who are with him get very scared because the voice of devils is coming from the forest. That's why he goes back to the village, and Ivy doesn't do it because her father Edward told her that whatever sounds come from the forest, they have installed such devices on the trees, which makes a sound on its own when the wind blows, and this sound is the same sound. On the other hand, we are shown in the village, where all the elders are. They are all angry with Edward because he has sent his daughter to the forest. They all say that we had worked hard for so many years. We had a clean place. This was the secret, and that secret will soon be revealed to the whole world. He says nothing will happen. I explained everything to my daughter Ivy. At the same time, Ivy is shown who is moving in the forest, and then she falls into a very big pit. But he somehow manages to get out of that hole. Now he begins to hear the voice of the devils here. However, his father had said that there is no devil in the forest. But the same stories were popular in the village, according to which long ago there were devils and they used to imitate humans. After which an eye breaks the wood, and from the front, also he hears the sound of breaking the wood. After this, she throws a stone, and someone from the front also throws a stone. After which she realizes that the devil is really in front of her. That is why she runs away in fear, and we are shown the devil who is following her. The senses of 4 are very active. That is why she is escaping from him and stands in front of the pit inside which she was about to fall a while ago. She is told that the devil is coming after her, and before the devil can catch her, she withdraws from the front and the devil falls into the pit. On the other hand, it is shown in the village where all the elders go to the secret quiet room where Nova was imprisoned. But it doesn't happen there, and there is an intelligence route. There are also animal skins with some items. That is, all the animals being killed in the village were not being killed by the elders, but by Nova. That's why the elders were also worried. Here we get to know that Nova's mental balance is not good, but he is very sharp with his mind. He actually got the costume that the elders used to wear in the forest, and he had the same costume with which he also used to walk in the forest like the elders. That is, he knew the secret of the elders. That's why he used to go to the forest at any time. The way all the elders were playing with the minds of the people living here. In the same way, Nova was playing with the minds of all those elders. But I loved Ivy. That is why when he came to know that Lucius is going to marry Ivy, he lost his temper and tried to kill Lucius, due to which Lucius was completely injured, and the devil who was behind Ivy in the forest, who has fallen into the pit, is none other than Nova, who is now dead. Ivy continues on her journey. His father Edward has told him the secret way. On the way, he crosses a high wall, where we see the road, and only then a vehicle comes there which the policeman gets down, and here we get to know that it is not the 19th century, but the 21st century, i.e. our time, that the policeman is surprised to see the IB, because the area on the other side of the wall is called Animal Sanctuary, where no one ever goes and no plane ever flies over it, because it is not the route of the plane. That is why the villagers never knew that they were living far behind the times. However, the elders know the truth because they have built that village, and now the IB tells the policeman that I need medical help. She gives him the letter that her father Edward gave her, as well as the sleeping watch, because there is no money in that village. Although the policeman wanted to tell his senior, but when he sees Ivy's innocence and her misery, he agrees to help her and brings some medicines and gives it to Ivy and leaves the same place where he first saw Ivy. Ivy then returns to her village and gives the medicine she brought to her father, after which the medicine is given to Edward. At the same time, she tells everyone that she faced the devil in the forest, but now he is dead. After hearing this, Nova's parents realize that she has died, but he doesn't tell anyone about it. Why does Jai have the fear of the devil in the hearts of all the people in the village?